morning of January 21st, 2017, hundreds of thousands piled into Washington, D.C., and tons of other events worldwide to advocate and send a message to the newly inaugurated president that they weren't going away. Nationwide, individuals marched in a total of almost 5 million participants, and worldwide, the tally rises to about 7 million. That's about 1.6% of the U.S. population, and all 50 states had active participants. The Women's March is the largest single-day protest in United States history. The mission statement of the march reads, "We stand together in solidarity with our partners and children for the protection of our rights, our safety, our health, and our families, recognizing that our vibrant and diverse communities are the strength of our country." Personal testimonies echo this sentiment. I want to participate in an act of solidarity with other women and men who are standing up against the president is but one of the accounts of organizing and amplifying silenced voices.
The event was framed primarily in terms of human interest. Of the human interest codes, a major theme was centered around individuals' motivation for marching and internal reflections. The Tribune sources especially included many quotes, personal testimonies, and played with the pathos lens in depicting the march.
I haven't found anyone that he has shown any respect for.
Unfortunately, with this new administration, we have to be here to march on Washington, to make a stand, and say we're not going to just be, sit around for 4 years idly. We're going to, fight back.
My mother, as a Cambodian refugee, survived genocide to come here. As an immigrant, both of my parents are immigrants. As a first-generation, bisexual, woman of color, I think it is so important that we fight for our rights.
Kate Cambor, a Montclair resident, said before boarding her bus early Saturday for the Women's March, "I told my 2 children last night, Mommy has to go march. I'm not sure they understood. I couldn't sleep. I was afraid I was going to wake them up."
Similarly, the hopes and goals surrounding the march, expressed by media coverage, included a continued need for activism. It wasn't just the sounds of hundreds of thousands of women and men's feet, though that reminded me we have power. It was the chants, the faces, the signs, the random bursts of applause and cheer. What do we have to celebrate? A unified community, and the hope that if we keep protesting, we will be heard. It is up to us now, the women of my generation, to live through this presidency with the acute awareness that we could take nothing for granted, and to organize and protest whenever our rights are threatened. Maybe someday I'll be marching downtown with my son to see a woman take the oath of office.
It is possible that Trump has reactivated something President Obama couldn't maintain and Hillary Clinton couldn't fully tap into: a unified, mission-driven left that puts bodies into the streets. The women's marches sent a clear signal. Your comfort will not be built on our constriction. We are America. We are loud, nasty, and fed up. We are motivated dissidents, and we are legion.
To see this crowd so well behaved, people of all ages, all colors, it's what America can be and should be.
The coverage is fashioned to be newsworthy through its emotional appeal and links to provocative political ideas that represent the voices of march participants and readers alike. This comprises the core aims of the human interest frame. While the media coverage adequately shows the emotional components encompassed by the march, it falls short in representing the magnitude of diversity in voices present during the event. Framing is extremely important when it comes to the coverage of an event of this magnitude. This particular event and the particular news outlet, the New York Times, resulted in what many would say is inadequate coverage of the event. Editorial slant plays an integral role in the portrayal of the march. Rupert Murdoch is the owner of the New York Times and is said to favor sensationalism, so readers may or may not be exposed to the dynamic nature of the movement, its participants, and its societal implications. The lackadaisical coverage speaks to the prevalence of soft news in today's media and the interests of consumers which the media targets. While the event itself boasted intersectional participation, the media coverage did not include such intersectional voices. Many commentaries on the march were provided by middle-aged white women and lacked the robust representation of individuals present at the march. This is a feature of the slant with which the coverage was produced, and calls into question the audiences media was attempting to reach as a result of the targeted commentary. For a march that aimed to make all voices heard, many were missing and some were overrepresented in the media coverage, exemplifying that the reality of the march was not paralleled in the media coverage.
7 continents. That's the entire world. The entire world took part on January 21st, 2017, in the march that began as a sounding board for women's voices to reach the Oval Office and make known that women would not be silent under the Trump administration. It quickly turned into a march for every and all rights for individuals of every race, sex, class, and gender. This day marked another step forward in the decade-long struggle for equal rights for all and was the ultimate exercise of the democratic freedom that has come to characterize modern history.